3, and this time I will show to you my teaching demonstration video on grade 6 science subject. Good morning class, how are you today? So before anything else, I want you to help me in cleaning our room. Just fix our chairs, then pick some pieces of paper. Let's go class!
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good, and thank you so much for cooperating. So, good morning again, class!
Good morning, teacher Apariana.
Before we start our proper lesson, I will request someone to volunteer to lead our opening prayer. So, is there anyone who wants to lead our prayer?
Me, teacher, me, teacher.
Okay, there are 6 students, so I will just pick one person to lead. Can I request Mr. Gallego to lead our opening prayer? Okay, class, Mr. Gallego, lead the prayer.
Let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Okay, please sit down and I will check your attendance. Can you say present if your name is called? I want your full attention in our discussion. Therefore, I prepare some energizer for you to be energized. So I need someone to participate or to volunteer to be the leader of our energizer for today. Is there someone who wants to be the volunteer?
Me, teacher, me.
Okay, all of you raise your hand. So I have to choose one person only to lead, and the others will just lead in the next discussion. Okay, is that okay with you, class? So this time I will ask Mr. Bermudo, Ndoy, ikaw ay mag-lead sa ato ang energizer. Is that okay with you? This time, let's do our energizer.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it, do all three.
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it, do all three.
Hooray!
If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it.
That was a tough energizer class, and I can see on your faces that you really enjoy the energizer. So kids, are you now energized?
Yes, teacher.
Very good. So is there anybody here who's not feeling well?
None, teacher. We're doing good this time.
Okay, none, and I hope so that you're telling me the truth. How about at home? Are you doing good with your family and your guardians?
Yes, of course, teacher. My family always help me with my assignments and we always have bonding every now and then.
So far so good.
But before anything else, I would like to request everyone to group yourselves into 5. So, can we start counting here? So, Inday, can you please count number 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, there are 25 of you here. So, I expect that there are 5 members in each group. So, that groupings will be our basis for our game this morning. So the title of our game is Guess the Picture. So what you will do is you will there are 5 groups of pictures here. So in each group there are 5 pictures because there are 5 members in a group, right? So what you will do is you will pick a picture here, 1 picture in every member, then paste that picture in the words below these words. So for example, I will show you an example, okay? So I will get this picture as a first representative of the group, then this picture. So I think this picture is about typhoon, so I will paste this picture into the word typhoon here, like that. Then next is I will pick this picture, and I think this picture is about earthquake drill, so I will paste this picture here. And every member will follow. The scoring will be based on the numbers of correct answer you will get. So those group who will get the highest correct answer will also earn the highest point. So do you understand the rules of our game? Okay, very good, because there is no question. So for now, I want you to form 5 lines. So in every group you should choose a representative. So 1 representative at a time. So here is group 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So after choosing your representative, I will give you 20 seconds only to choose a picture here and 10 seconds to paste it here in the words below. So do you understand, class? So the game will start now. Good luck!
Okay, that was a tough competition. And we have a winner here, which is Group 4. So can we give Group 4 a thunder applause? And also, I would like to congratulate everybody because we are able to complete the game. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. This time, I will ask somebody to share the connection between our game and the lesson we have today. Is there anybody who want to share?
Me, teacher.
Okay, there are many of you. And now I will choose Mr. Yanay. Mr. Yanay, can you share your idea about our lesson based on the game?
Good morning, everyone. I guess our lesson for today is about earthquakes because I observed that some pictures are related to earthquake. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Mr. Yanay. Does anyone here has other brilliant idea? Okay, that girl setting in the last row, can you share your thoughts, in Inday, about our lesson based on the game we played?
Okay, so I think that the girl sitting in the last row, can you share your thoughts, in Inday, about our lesson based on the game we played?
Okay, very good. Mr. Yanay, does anyone here has other brilliant idea? Okay, that girl setting in the last row, can you share your thoughts, Inday, about our lesson based on the game we played? Okay, please stand up.
Good day, everyone. I think our lesson for today is about Earth.
Very good. That was also a brilliant idea. So this time we will proceed to our lesson. Better reserve your ideas later because I will ask questions while I'll be delivering the lesson. Is that okay with you, class?
Yes, teacher.
A volcano looks like just any mountain until it erupts and reveals the gigantic forces and extreme temperatures inside the Earth. The mountains of fire come from the Earth's mantle. The rock here is very hot and very thick. The hot liquid rock called magma can move to the surface at some places. Magma is hotter than smelted iron. Magma can collect in spaces with chimneys several kilometers long that connect them to volcanoes at the surface. With ever more magma coming up from the mantle, the pressure is rising. Suddenly, a heavy plug of stone explodes out of the chimney. Red-hot magma shoots out of the crater and turns into lava when it runs down the slopes. The volcano has erupted. Just like volcanoes, earthquakes show the enormous energy hidden under the Earth's crust. The crust is made of huge, slowly moving pieces of rock called tectonic plates. When they slide in opposite directions, they can get tangled up. This puts a gigantic amount of strain on the rock. As the plates untangle with a jerk, the Earth shakes. In a few seconds, an earthquake can destroy an entire city. The point where the strain is released is called the epicenter. Here, the earthquake is the strongest, and the shocks spread in all directions from the epicenter. The destructive power of volcanoes and earthquakes is terrifying and fascinating. They give us a dramatic look at the inside of the Earth.
After watching the video, is anyone here can share their idea about or their thoughts about the video? So I guess I need to pick one representative from boys from the boys and then one representative from the girls. So first is from the girls, so ladies first. I need you, Miss Alfonso, to answer. Can you do it in that? Can you share your thoughts in the class about the video?
As I've watched the video, I can say that earthquake and volcanic eruption are one of the forces that affects changes on Earth's surface.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful answer. Can we give her a round of applause? This time I will pick the representative from the boys. Mr. Reyes, can you share your thoughts and ideas about the video presented?
Sure, teacher. For me, earthquake and volcanic eruption are natural phenomenon in our planet, and they are one of the great contributors to changes.
Wow, I'm more than amazed. Both of you give a unique and outstanding ideas. Okay, class, can we give them a round of applause again? Our lesson for today is about forces that affect changes on Earth's surface. So there are different forces that affect changes on Earth's surface. But for now, we will focus on volcanic eruption and earthquake. But before anything else, I would like to ask you about the importance, or why do you think it is important for us to know about this lesson, to know about earthquake and volcanic eruption, to know about the forces that affect changes on Earth's surface? Why do you think we need to know about this? Is there anyone? Okay, can we please refrain from answering in chorus because we would have a misunderstanding in that. So who would like to answer? I guess I need to pick or randomly pick someone to share his or her idea about the importance of knowing this topic. This time I will pick Mr. Montero. So Ndoy, can you share your ideas with us?
For me, it is important to know about this matter, teacher, because we are living in this planet, and those earthquake and volcanic eruption is a natural phenomenon. That is why we need to be knowledgeable about it.
Okay, Mr. Montero, that was one of the kind idea. Okay, class, can we give him a thunderous applause? This time, I will show you a PowerPoint presentation about this topic. To have a better understanding on our topic, let's understand first the meaning of Earth's surface. So class, can we read the meaning of Earth's surface together? Let's start. What is Earth's surface? Okay class, what is your understanding on Earth's surface based on the meaning you've read? Okay, very good answers class. So Earth's surface is the outermost level of the land or sea on our planet. It is composed of valleys. So valleys, mountains. Can you see mountains? Of course, mountains are visible. Then canyons, plains, oceans, and so much more. So what you can see in the surface of the earth is called Earth's surface or the crust, right? Do you understand my explanation, class? So, for better understanding, I will give you some pictures of Earth's surface. For deeper understanding, I will show you some pictures that represent Earth's surface. So, what can you say about the pictures? As you can see, the pictures is composed of green and blue colors, and that green represents the land and that blue is represent the water or the ocean. And in the picture you can see that there are large masses of ocean than land because our earth is mostly composed of ocean. Do you understand, kids? Okay, very good. For those who are silent, if there's anything you don't understand, I can explain it further for you. Okay, I guess there's none because you don't say anything. This time, can we proceed now? For better understanding, let's have first a quick review on Earth's layers. So, about Earth layers. Can you analyze the pictures, class? After analyzing the picture, can anyone here enumerate the different layers of our Earth? Inday Saavedra, can you do it, Inday? Can you share the different layers of our Earth based on the pictures? Okay, very good. Can we give her a round of applause? There are different layers of our Earth. First is inner core, outer core, mantle, and the crust. And our lesson will be about crust because crust is known for the Earth surface. Crust is our Earth surface. Understood, class? Review about Earth's surface. This time, we will have our discussion on the different forces that affect the Earth's surface. Can we read it together, class? For you to better understand, I will explain it further, okay? According to study, our Earth is not static. So, our Earth daw is not napuyo ra. So, dili lang siya napuyo because our Earth is constantly moving. So, naglihok ti ay ang atong Earth. That is why there are changes we experience. And there are factors which also contribute that changes. And that factors are wind, water, ice erode, earthquake, volcanic eruption, and the movement of our Earth plates. But earthquake and volcanic eruption contribute the changes of our Earth surface in a more violent and dramatic way. So, mas isug kuno or mas disturbing ang earthquake o volcanic eruption sa pag-change sa atong Earth's surface. Because as you can see and as you can experience, or based on the experience, when there is earthquake, there is also danger and there is also disturbance, right? This time, let's move on to the meaning of earthquake. What is earthquake? Does anyone here experience earthquake? Yes, of course. The reason why we often experience earthquake because we live in a Pacific Ring of Fire. So our country located in the Pacific Ring of Fire. That is why there's more earthquake happen in our country, in our place. Do you remember the earthquake that hit our province last October 15, 2013? The 7.2 magnitude earthquake? Yes, of course, that earthquake was so scary. It states that tectonic plates, just like our Earth, is constantly moving and it is not static. So, but they get stuck at their edges. So, magkatagbo ag ilahang tumoy. That is why there is pressure and friction, and that pressure or that movement will release seismic waves that causes earthquake. We have numbers of plates around the globe. When the stress on the edge overcomes the friction, there is an earthquake that releases energy in waves that travel through the Earth's crust and cause the shaking that we feel. So, as what I've said earlier, that friction will causes the Earth to release seismic waves, and that seismic waves is earthquake. You understand, class? Let's take a look at these pictures. Or as you can see in the picture, there are numbers of tectonic plates, or there are numbers of plates around the world. So is anyone here, or does everybody can identify the plate we have? Yes, of course, that is the Philippine plate. The instrument we will use in measuring or to record the motion of the ground during an earthquake is seismograph. So what instrument is it? Okay, very good. It is seismograph. The difference between intensity and magnitude is that intensity describes the severity of an earthquake, while magnitudes measures the energy released from an earthquake, or from the epicenter or the source of an earthquake. Do you understand, class? So, if I will ask you, do you remember the magnitude of our earthquake, or of the earthquake that happened last October 15, 2013? Okay, very good. It is 7.2 magnitude earthquake. This time, we will talk about anatomy of an earthquake. We will tackle about fault, epicenter, focus or the hypocenter, plates, and seismic waves. First is a fault. A fault is a fracture in the rocks that make up the Earth's crust. So just refer in the picture what is fault. Next is epicenter. Epicenter is the point at the surface of the Earth above the focus. So, ang epicenter is above the focus. As you can see in the picture, the epicenter is, the focus is below, while the epicenter is above it. Okay? Next is plates. Plates is the massive rocks that make up the outer layer of the Earth's surface and whose movement along faults trigger earthquake. So, ang plates daw, maoy makakause og earthquake, ang ihang mga movements. Do you understand, class? Is there is anyone who will ask for clarifications? Okay, let's proceed. Next, we will discuss about focus. So, the focus is the place inside Earth's crust. So, nasa iya sa sulod sa Earth's crust, or nasa iya sulod sa crust, where an earthquakes originate. So, dito nagikan ang earthquakes. Do you understand? So, next is seismic waves. So, seismic waves and earthquake are inseparable because seismic waves are waves that transmit the energy released by an earthquake. So, mautong energy i-transmit siya sa seismic waves. That is why we will feel the impact above the Earth's surface. So we will feel the impact in the Earth's surface. Do you understand? This time, I will show you pictures that shows causes or the result of an earthquake. If we will look to the similarities of both pictures, we can say that earthquake really brings a devastating effects on everybody, not just we humans, but all the living things here and even buildings or infrastructures. That in the pictures we can see streets being turned into pieces, buildings turned into ashes, or buildings being damaged, or bridges broken down because of the huge impact brought by an earthquake. So what can you say about earthquake, class? This time, after discussing about earthquake, we will move on to the other force that causes the changes in Earth's surface, which is volcanic eruption. This time, we will talk about volcanic eruption. But before we will talk about this, we will learn first what is volcano, okay? What is volcano? It is said that volcano is a rupture of the Earth's surface, or Earth's crust rather, which allows hot lava, poisonous gases, and ashes to escape from the magma chambers below the surface. As you can see in the pictures, there are all of the volcanoes have a hole or a crater above its body, because that serves as the way for those gases and those lava to explode outside the volcano. So that is volcano. So is anyone here who see in person a volcano? Yes, you're right. Mayun volcano is one of the famous or perfectly shaped cone volcano here in the Philippines, or even around the world. The group of people or scientists which study about volcanoes are named as volcanologists. So in our country, we have here PHIVOLCS. So PHIVOLCS, or the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, is the institution or national institution dedicated to provide us informations about volcano or volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, and others. So do you understand, class? So when you hear about PHIVOLCS saying something in the news, it means it is related to volcano, to earthquakes, tsunamis, and other activities. Are we clear? Always remember the three phases of volcano. Those are active, dormant, and extinct. So much for volcano. We will now proceed to our main topic, which is volcanic eruption. So earthquake and volcanic eruption is the two forces that affects the Earth's surface. So let's read the meaning of volcanic eruption. Can we read it together? Okay, let's read. Volcanic eruption in our own vernacular, so we can understand it easier, it means that ang vulkan daw is ning buto na. So the volcano erupted. So in our previous topic, we talked about volcano. So in that volcano, there are magma. So when that magma is pressurized, it will go up and it will erupt. That happens, and when it happens, it means there is a volcanic eruption. For further explanation, volcanoes erupt when molten rock called magma, so akong giingon ganina, magma will rise to the surface. Ang magma is formed when the Earth's mantle melts. So kung na-melts ang Earth mantle, that is the reason why magma is formed. Volcanic eruption also can result in additional threats to health, such as flood, mudslides, power stages, drinking water contamination, and wildfires. So if we listen or if we watch news, there are several volcanoes erupted this year or in our country. Those volcanic eruption really affect the life of everybody living near that place. There are people who evacuated. There are many animals who lost shelter, who are killed because of that volcanic eruption. Do you get my point, class? Do you understand now what is volcanic eruption? This picture I will show is the called as a glowing avalanche. So glowing avalanche is the most dangerous type of volcanic eruption. This time, we will proceed to the safety measures for earthquake and volcanic eruption. So class, when there is earthquake or volcanic eruption, what you will feel or what you will do? Yes, most of us will get panic. But the most important thing when there is a natural calamity is don't panic, because if you panic, you can think correct, okay? If you stay calm, you will widen your thoughts, and when you widen your thoughts, you can think what is the proper way or what is the correct way to do when there is or when facing natural calamity. So when there is earthquake, the safety reminders is first, don't panic. Second, duck. Okay, it is taught when you are still in your younger years in elementary. Duck, cover, and hold. Then when it is clear, find your way out if possible. But when you cover and hold, make sure that you cover your head here and find a table or something, a furniture or something or object that is strong, which can shield you from falling debris. Okay, so if you find your way out, number 4, find your way out. Then 5, keep distance from buildings. So you will magpalayo ka sa mga building. Keep your distance from building, because when there is an earthquake, there is a huge possibility that that building will be destroyed or will be crashed down. And when that building crashed down, there is a huge possibility that you will be one of the casualties. So the best thing to do when there is earthquake is to keep distance from buildings. Okay, do you understand? So the last thing to do is go in an open area. So I will share our experience during the earthquake on October 15, 2013. There are many aftershocks before that earthquake. So the thing we do is we search for an open space and we sleep in that open space, because we are afraid that when we sleep in our house, there is a huge aftershocks again, and that might cost our lives. So to make sure our safety, we find an open space and build a tent there and sleep there for a meantime. So that is based on my experience. Next thing we will discuss is health tips during volcanic eruption. So health impacts of volcanic eruption. So we will talk first health impact on volcanic eruption. Unsay epekto sa volcanic eruption sa atong health. So health impact of volcanic eruption. It can cause trauma and injuries. It can cause skin burns and irritation, gastrointestinal problems, lung problems, and eye irritation. So daghan man nag-ashes, mang-explode, magsakit yun na imong mata. So what should you do when there is a volcanic eruption is to follow evacuation procedure. So the government will ask you to evacuate immediately before something bad happens. So if the government asks you to evacuate, you should evacuate. Okay, you should follow the evacuation procedure. Next is stay indoors unless absolutely necessary. So if there is a volcanic eruption, you should stay indoors. Ano ra ka sa sulod sa balay. But if you need to evacuate, you should really evacuate. If your place is in a danger zone, you have no choice but to evacuate. Do you understand? Next thing you will do is to avoid low-lying areas and the areas downhill from the volcanoes. So as you can see, as we can observe, liquids will travel from the top to the bottom. It will find the slope, right? So when the lava explode, when the magma explode rather, the lava will flow directly its way to the ocean when there is ocean. So if your house is near or is in downhill, you should avoid staying in that area. So avoid staying in low-lying areas. Next is to wear mask that blocks small particles of an ash. So there are ashes in the air, so ashes everywhere. So you are prone to have gastrointestinal problems and eye irritation or lung problems. Therefore, you should wear mask. Okay. Next is wear protective eye gear. Not just mask, you should also wear protective eye gear, which is suggested by the government or the health facilities. Next is to make sure that the water or the food you consume are safe. So contamination is rampant when there is a volcanic eruption. Therefore, you should make sure that the food you eat and the water you drink is safe. Okay? Okay, class, any questions, clarifications, violent reaction? Okay, if none, can you form two groups again? Two groups for now, and then this is our short activity. Yes, two groups. Everybody in the right side is group 1 for us to have fast groupings, and then everybody in the left side is group 2. Are we good in that? Proceed now to the group and share your ideas on this given template. So you will answer the template. I will show to you. If you are finished, please pass your answers in front of the class and choose one representative from the group to pass the paper so that we won't be crowded here in front. Is that good? Okay, now give a round of applause to everybody for finishing the assessment on time. This time, what do you think is the most important measures during natural disaster? Okay, I will pick one representative from group 1 and group 2 to answer my question. Again, what do you think is the most important measures during natural disaster? As I've listened to your answer, I'm more than amazed to your ideas because I can say that you really learned from our discussion. So thank you, class, for listening and for cooperating with me. Can anyone, so let us review our lesson first. So can anyone give me the different forces which affect the Earth's surface? Okay, can I have Mr. Fontales for now? Okay, very good, Mr. Fontales. So can we give him... Okay, okay, very good, Mr. Fontales. Can we give him a round of applause? Okay, so much for that. This time, I will give you a 10-item short quiz. Okay, pass your papers. So this is your assignment and write it in your notebook. So please pass it in the next class, okay? This is our assignment for this lesson and please pass it the next time we see each other, okay? There is an attached rubric for your assignment. So be creative and spread honesty. Okay, goodbye. That ends our discussion and thank you for your cooperation and great energy. Don't forget to study for our assessment, okay? Let us pray for our closing prayer.